basically we will do a recitation of the shloka and then some English, some Hindi version. I just do it like free flow, whatever comes to my mind, and then just we go through it. So first of all, we will recapitulate because a lot of it will be ideas that have been said in chapter 2 Sankhya Yoga, chapter 3 and 4 that we have done yesterday. So for the sake of summarizing, I'll just quickly summarize that and then we'll go through this. Today's session most likely will be 2 hours. If we get in the flow, maybe we'll go more if people have time and interest. If not, we will end in 2 hours from now. So let's first see what we did yesterday and day before. Mostly chapter 2. As I said, chapter 2 or Sankhya Yoga is basically a summary of everything that that Krishna will tell Arjun, and he will say, as I have said before. So every time whatever has been said in chapter 2 has been expounded upon on the future chapters. The basic concept of chapter 2 is about yagya, which is sacrifice. Whatever you do, yat karoshi yajusnasi yajyoshi dadasi yat tapasi kaunte tatkush madarpanam, जो करते हो जब करते हो जैसे करते हो मेरे को ऑफर करके करो. So basically it's referring to the concept of sacrifice or yagya, which means whatever we are doing, we have to ascribe that activity to God and not take a doership. So that's another point. When you are sacrificing something to someone, you cannot be taking proprietorship or claiming it's yours or you have done it. So the you, or I should say I, has to come out of the proprietorship so that the sacrifice or the yagya becomes more pure. The other part is the response from the environment, what we call stoicism. I think Umaji had shared some books from Marcus Aurelius and other Roman scholars, very interesting views on stoicism or sthit pragya. Sthit pragya means, sthit means situated, pragya means jnani. So the person who remains situated in wisdom, no matter what calamity or catastrophe you shower on him. So that is why sthit pragya, the different definitions in Gita, but basically stoicism means you're not wavered by anything that is affecting your senses or the supreme sense mind. So what affects the senses? All the things are related to the five senses. So by vision, by taste, by music, by perception of feel, that is hot and cold, and similarly in the mind, because in the mind we have all the emotions being generated. So thoughts of despair, resentment, guilt, shame, sadness, desire, for that matter, anything that is coming as emotions or as perceptions in the senses, if you do not react to it. What is react? Anything that you do to curtail its presence, then you are sthit pragya. तो जहाँ ठंड से डरते हैं, ना ज्यादा गर्मी से डरते हैं, हमेशा एसी चालू कर देते हैं, ठंड में भी ठंडे पानी से नहा सकते हैं. ये सब कुछ बॉडी टेम्परेचर रिलेटेड स्थित प्रज्ञा एक्टिविटीज. सिमिलरली व्हेन यू हैव डिजायर्स, यू आर नॉट एक्टिंग आउट ऑन एवरी सिंगल डिजायर, यू आर ट्राइंग टू रीचैनल माइंड on bhakti. That is sthit pragya. So do the things in the realm of sacrifice or yagya and then become sthit pragya. Yagya will lead to sthit pragya because you are giving away most things. You are not going to be affected by the things that you do not have. Those two are the main things. Then he talks about uh, how to curtail the indriyas or the senses, and that is again we will expound upon more in this chapter actually, how to curtail them, about abhyasen tu kante vairagyan cha grihete, repetitive actions, and then vairagya, which is mostly detachment from criticism, because you can convince the mind that there are certain downsides to those desires. In the realm of shreya and preya, in Kathopanishad we say shreya is long term gratification and preya is short term pleasure. Dopamine based is preya and GABA based neurotransmitter is shreya. So you have to go for the long term and not the short term changes. Okay, so those are the main teachings of the chapter 2. Chapter 3, again, it's mostly about the hierarchy of the different sukshma sharir elements. Basically, like the good slok there is indriyani paranunde param mana manasastu para buddhayo buddhe partastu sa. सबसे नीचे आपकी इंद्रियां, इंद्रियों के ऊपर कंट्रोल करने वाला है मन, मन को कंट्रोल करती है बुद्धि और बुद्धि को कंट्रोल करता है स यानी सोल. तो इसीलिए उसी प्रकार से आपको नियंत्रण प्राप्त करना है। पहले इंद्रियों पर विजय प्राप्त करनी है, फिर मन पर, फिर बुद्धि पर, और फिर आप दृष्टा बन जाते हैं जब आत्मन हो जाते हैं। तो वो उस चीज के बारे में थोड़ा एक्सपाउंड किया उन्होंने। और फोर्थ में बेसिकली बहुत सारी चीजें हुई हैं क्लस्टर, बट मोस्टली उन्होंने ज्ञान की वैल्यू बताई है कि ज्ञान से कैसे संशय या डाउट, कंफ्यूजन का अंत होता है और इंसान फिर कभी भी वेवर नहीं होगा। तो इसीलिए जो इंसान ज्ञान में आ जाएगा, आत्मज्ञान जो हम लोग कहते हैं, एनलाइटमेंट के पहले की स्टेज है आत्मज्ञान। तो जो आत्मज्ञानी हो जाता है, सेल्फ अवेयर बाय इंट्रोस्पेक्शन, जो हमने कल बात करी थी, सेल्फ अवेयरनेस बाय इंट्रोस्पेक्शन जब आ जाएगा आप में, तो आप फिर आत्मज्ञान को प्राप्त कर लेंगे और फिर एनलाइटनमेंट होती है। तो इसीलिए जो सीक्वेंस हमने एस्टेब्लिश करा वो ये था कि पहले आपको ड्यूरेशन बढ़ाना है। गॉड में जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, अपनी जो भी आपकी साधनाएं हैं, उसमें पहले ड्यूरेशन बढ़ाना है। जब ड्यूरेशन बढ़ाएंगे तो फिर धीरे धीरे आपको उसमें इंटरेस्ट आएगा, इंटेंसिटी आएगी। और जब इंटेंसिटी आएगी तो फिर आपको भाव आ गया। जब भाव आ जाएगा तो फिर आप भक्ति में घुस जाएंगे। जब भक्ति योग आप कर लेंगे तो फिर आपको भक्ति क्या है? सरेंडर है। तो जब सरेंडर आपने कर दिया तो फिर नेक्स्ट चीज आती है सर्विस। सर्विस फिर करेंगे तो पहले तो आपने भगवान की सर्विस करी रूम में अपने, जो भी पूजा पाठ करते हैं, भोग लगाते हैं। उसके बाद फिर आप में थोड़ा कंपैशन जागेगा, तब आप सर्विस कम्युनिटी में करेंगे। उसको कहा निष्काम कर्म योग। तो भक्ति योग विल ट्रांसम्यूट इनटू निष्काम कर्म योग। लेकिन उसके बाद बहुत समय के बाद फिर लास्ट में आपको आएगा ध्यान योग, जो कॉन्टेम्पलेशन। क्योंकि बहुत कम लोग ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में बैठकर कुंभक कर कर अपने ईश्वर इष्ट देव की वो इमेज को अपने ग्लैबेला, अपने फोरहेड में लगा कर, मतलब इमेज को धारण कर पाते हैं और फिर वो ब्रेथ को रोकते हैं। तो वो आपने जो पर्सनलाइज फॉर्म ऑफ गॉड का विजुलाइज कर लिया ना, तो फिर आपने कॉन्टैक्ट बना लिया। तो इसीलिए पहले आती है फ्री विल। फ्री विल, इच्छा शक्ति, वो कहती है कि भाई ड्यूरेशन बढ़ा। भगवान में 2 मिनट की जगह 4 मिनट आज थोड़ा रिसाइट कर लो मंत्र, या हनुमान चालीसा सुनने की क्षमता कर लो। उसके बाद धीरे धीरे संकल्प आएगा। संकल्प इज द मोनोलिथिक कन्वर्जेंस ऑफ योर आइडियाज, योर फ्री विल ऑन टू वन पॉइंट। चार चीजों में नहीं कि मुझे बंगला भी चाहिए, कार भी चाहिए, सुंदर बीवी भी चाहिए, नहीं। एक चीज में संकल्प हमेशा एक का होता है। इन्होंने यहाँ बोला बुद्धि रेखे कुरुनंदन, व्यवसायत्मिक का बुद्धि रेखे कुरुनंदन। जिसका माइंड मल्टीफोल्ड है ना, वो कभी भी अपने डेस्टिनेशन को प्राप्त नहीं कर पाएगा। आपको वन फोल्ड माइंड बनाना है, एक वन फोल्ड माइंड, बिल्कुल पॉइंटेड। तो वो कहलाती है इंटेंशन या संकल्प। अच्छा जी, अब आपकी संकल्प तो कर लिया आपने इच्छा शक्ति लगा के। अब उसको आपके घर वाले, परिवार वाले, कभी दोस्त, कभी कभी जो आपका कलीग है, कोई भी आउटवर्ड इंसान आपको कभी चैलेंज कर सकता है, बोलेगा ये तो बेकार काम करते रहते हो, टाइम खराब कर रहे हो, ऐसे अपनी जवानी का जो भी उन्होंने कहना है कि आपका टाइम मतलब वो नहीं है। तो आपने उनके साथ आर्ग्यू नहीं करना है, और ना उससे आपको वो होना है कि हतोत्साहित होना है। तो वो चीज श्रद्धा है कि आपने, नो मैटर हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू ट्राई टू ब्रिंग मी डाउन, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बी अफेक्टेड बाय इट। आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बेस माई स्ट्रेंथ और बेस्ड ऑन द ओपिनियन of other people's opinion of my capabilities. I'm not going to limit myself based on what other people think. So ये जो आपने बिलीफ आ गई ना, reinforcement of the belief is faith. तो इसीलिए आपने देखा पहले फ्री विल बना संकल्प, इंटेंशन, मोनोलिथिक, सिंगल पॉइंटेड, और उसमें डिस्पाइट ऑल द सेटबैक्स यू कंटिन्यू टू बिलीव इन इट, परसेवियर जो कर रहे हैं आप, ध्यातो विषयान पुंसा, बार बार रिपीट कर रहे हैं उसको अपने मेमोरी में, तो वो फेथ हो गया। और जैसे ही फेथ आएगा आप में, आपकी माइंड प्योरिटी हो जाती है। माइंड प्योरिटी के बाद भागवत कृपा का वेट करते हैं, भागवत कृपा के बाद आत्मज्ञान हो जाता है, और फिर ऑफ कोर्स आपको निर्वाण की प्राप्ति होती है। तो ये सीक्वेंस बेसिकली है, और ये हमने थोड़ा समराइज किया था। तो अब आगे आगे के चैप्टर्स पढ़ेंगे। संन्यासम कर्मणाम कृष्णम पुनर्योगम च संसिषि यच्छ्रेयम हेतुरेकम तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम। So Arjun is asking Shri Krishna, you praised karm sannyas, which is the path of renunciation of action. So karm sannyas is not doing the action, and tyaga is doing the action but not expecting the results. And we have talked about it yesterday and before, that as the yugas are moving, they are contracting. So Kali Yuga is a shorter duration compared to Dwapar. Dwapar is shorter compared to Treta, and Treta is shorter than Satyug. So in the Kali Yuga, which we are in right now, everything will happen very rapidly. So Krishna is not asking him to renounce because a lot of work needs to be done. So he is impelling Arjun to take action but not seek the rewards. That's the fastest way to burn the karma bandhan. So you praise karma sannyas, and you also advise to do karma yoga, which is work with devotion. Now tell me decisively which is the better of the two. So this is the same concept which will be very detailed discussed in chapter 18 based on sannyasa and tyaga, which is better. Yagya dan tapo karma tyajamiti karme vyat. Three types of actions you should never renounce: yagya, dan, and tap. And that is the importance also. The most important is yagya, and then there is dan and tap, which is sacrifice, philanthropy, and austerity, which is the panch pratyahar. Tapas is basically austerity, cleansing of their indriya and the man, because mind purity is the base on which Bhagavad Kripa happens. Okay, so simple question. You are asking me to do renunciation as well as work with devotion. What path should I take? Sannyasam कर्म नाम संन्यासा कर्म योग निश्रेयस करावो तस्तो कर्म संन्यासात कर्म yoga विशिष्यते. Krishna says both the path of sannyas, which is renunciation of action, and karma yoga, which is basically working in devotion. So Lee, there's a difference between karma yoga and tyaga. Karma yoga is when you are doing something, you are doing with extreme focus, passion, devotion. Like we are chanting mantras or reading the doing the satsang, and suddenly 2 hours passes away. Then we are doing karma yoga. Anything done with utter devotion in which you have lost the sense of time, just like deep sleep, it's karma yoga. When you are doing anything where you have lost the sense of time, that is yoga. And that is why karma yoga, the highest quality, is done in devotion, whether you do bhakti or nishkam karma or dhyan. All those three things, sometimes the time will go away and you'll not realize it's been 2 hours. So that is the way to do something in utter devotion where you lose track of time. That is called passion. Okay, so karma yoga is superior to kam sannyas. Obviously, he's saying again that renouncing the activity which would have worked in Satyuga and Treta is not going to work in Dwapar and Kali, because lot of imbalance of tamas has happened, too much of tamas. So we want to restore the balance of sattva. So uh, people of integrity should not take sannyas but should work in this world, where they are grihast or doing different things. They have to keep working. You cannot renounce your duties. The karm yogi who neither desires nor hates anything. What is this? Sthit pragya. Uh, इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वंद मोहन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहन सर्गे यान्ति परंतपा. इच्छा और द्वेष ने सारे समाज, सारे संसार को सम्मोहित कर लिया है और उसी चक्कर में माया चल रही है. तो इसीलिए द पर्सन हु नीदर डिजायर्स एनीथिंग नॉर हैज हेट्रेड टुवर्ड्स एनीथिंग इज ऑलवेज रिनाउंस्ड. So your mental state is of a sannyasi, but your physical state is of a tyagi. That is how you attain sthit pragya. Sthit pragya, mentally you are very stable. Nothing changes you. You don't desire. You don't get angry if your child is annoying you or your husband is annoying you. You just exercise a lot of silence, because silence is a great power. And you don't react. You take few seconds before you say something, because if you say suddenly, then you are going to be always regretting कि अरे यार क्यों कह दिया. तो इसीलिए थोड़ा रेस्पॉन्ड करने में, रेस्पॉन्ड एंड नॉट रिएक्ट, टेक सम टाइम टू process what they said and then give a response, because that is a calculated diplomatic answer, other than just uttering something and getting repenting later ki kyun keh diya. So because words matter. So karm yogis will neither desire nor hate anything on the mental plane, and the tyagi portion is making them do work but without expecting anything, again on the mental plane. So that is how you are going to be free from all duties. They're easily liberated from the material bonds of energy. But when you're not desiring anything, you're not sending a secondary loop in the universe, and that's why the karma bandhan is gradually being cancelled off. सांख्य योगो पृथक वाला प्रवदंती न पांडित कंप्यास्थ समगु भयोर विनते फलम. So don't consider Sankhya to be distinct from the path of Karma Yoga. Only the ignorant people speak of Sankhya, renunciation of action, and Karma Yoga, doing work with devotion, as different. Those who are truly learned say by applying ourselves by one of those paths, we can achieve the results of both. Again, Bhakti Yoga is what will mold into Nishkam Karma, and Nishkam Karma will mold into Dhyan. So to become Ramana, you have to become first Neem Karoli. To become Neem Karoli, love people, feed people, serve people, you have to first become Ramakrishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, extreme devotion. All these are different paths, but they lead to the same truth. Satyam ekam vipra bahuda vedanti. Path are multiple, but the destination, truth, is single. यत सांख्य प्राप्यते स्थानम तद्यो ज्ञारपि गम्यते एकम सांख्यम च योगम च य पश्यति स पश्यति. The supreme state that is attained by means of karma sannyas is also attained by working in devotion. Hence, those who see karma sannyas and karma yoga to be identical see the real truth. So that is what the sthitipraj person is. He is able to see both the sannyasi and the karma yogi as the realized beings and on the right path. Now, the only difference is the Karm Sannyasi is like a retired emeritus professor. He says that I have done all this, I don't need to do this anymore. Like the state of Ramana. Doesn't speak anything, doesn't do much, just sits there, eyes are just full of tej and smiling. But we are not there. So we cannot say that, oh, we'll become Ramana, we only want to do dhyana, we are not going to do anything. That is not going to work. Because first of all, you cannot get there. Because Ramana himself has done a lot of tapa when he is age 12. So you have to understand that there's a process and there's a systematic progression. You cannot just bypass 3 steps of bhakti and nishkam karma and just say, oh ji मैं तो उठ के ध्यान करता हूँ भयानक और फिर मैं दिन भर उसी में समाधि में चला जाता हूँ. That is not going to work, because then there's hypocrisy. So, go ahead. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on, Uma.
Ayana.
Kadda, it means door. Kadda.
Shobha. Shobha needs to go on mute.
Okay, I don't know, trying to mute them.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, I don't know. I cannot. I guess Shobha, you can mute yourself. I cannot mute you. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukham aptum yogta yog yug munir brahma chirinade gacchati. So perfect renunciation, कर्म संन्यास is difficult to attain without performing work in devotion. क्या आपने अगर काम पैशन से नहीं किया है तो आप कैसे काम को छोड़ सकते हैं? To really renounce something, you should have had it and known the pleasure of having it to be totally renouncing it. So that is why, how can you retire until you have done your job full time? That's the point. So he's saying sannyasa is extremely high state, and that is the state when you have done everything and says ki mujhe to nahi karna hai. But when you haven't done the service, how can a peon can suddenly retire as a CEO? He has to go through the ladders. So that is why perfect renunciation or sannyas is difficult to attain. You cannot identify with that state unless you have performed work in devotion. So our state right now is to work in devotion because we are in the early states of sadhana. So Arjun, but the sage who is adept in karma yoga quickly, exactly. So whoever is doing karma yoga is qualifying to attain sannyasa. But again, this is Kali Yuga and a lot of work needs to be done. So we all have to prepare ourselves for many years of service in the community, society, family, all that. योग युक्त विशुद्ध आत्मा विजित आत्मा जितेंद्रिय. अब देखिए इन्होंने क्या बात कह दी, इंद्रियों को जीतने की बात हो रही. सर्वभूत भूत आत्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते. योग युक्त विशुद्ध आत्मा विजित आत्मा जितेंद्रिय, जिसने द कर्म योगी हु हैज ऑफ प्यूरिफाइड इंटेलेक्ट. तो अच्छा, इंटेलेक्ट प्यूरिफिकेशन कैसे हुई, माइंड प्यूरिफिकेशन कैसे हुई? कर्म योग से. So that is the key there. Whenever you get cravings, whenever you are getting boredom, sense of emptiness, low self-esteem, anything that is distracting you from performing yoga. Whenever I say yoga, you mentally think about the 3 ladders, the 3 prongs: bhakti, nishkam karm, dhyan. These are the 3 ways of spending duration, as I said, in godly states. So you have to enhance the amount of time you spend in bhakti, nishkam karm, and dhyan. Now, whatever is impeding you from doing that, it can be boredom, sense of peer pressure. It can be because you had a stressful day, something family में लड़ाइयाँ चल रही हैं, तो no, obviously फिर आपको मन नहीं करता है भक्ति करने का. The states that perturb you and distract you from spending time with God, so the union with God, those states को destroy करने का क्या तरीका है? कर्म योग. So remember that, not sannyas. Sannyas is the very high state. Karma yoga is the way. What is karma yoga? When you have kids, you raise the kids the right way. You spend time with the kids. You inculcate the right values in the kids. When you have your husband, then or the family, then you take care of the family. That, because for the grihas, that is karma yoga. Anything done with passion and sense of sacrifice. यज्ञ भी लगाना है और योग भी लगाना है. Yoga is the dedicated passion. Yajna is the sense of sacrifice all the time. Then you are going to attain sthit pragya state. And of course, if you want to call yourself to be, you are sannyasi despite being a grihast, because you have sacrificed everything. Only a person who has everything can give everything away. A homeless person cannot give anything away. That's why to become the sannyasi, you have to first become the tyagi. Okay, so only the karma yogis who are of purified intellect, because they're doing the work with devotion, and who control the mind and senses, because we know indriyani, man and buddhi. You have to control the intellect, buddhi, and man, mind, and the senses, indriya, to become the purified state. So and see the soul of all souls as see the soul of all souls in every living being. That is compassion. Through performing all kinds of actions, they are never entangled. So again, he is moving them slowly from bhakti yoga into nishkam karma. That you are seeing yourself as a soul, other individuals as a soul, so try to help them. Service, surrender is turning into service. न्याय किंचित करोमिति युक्तो मन्य तत्वित पश्यन श्रवण स्पृशन गृहण अशनन गंछन स्वपन स्वशन प्रलपवन विसृजन गृहण उन्मिशन इन्मिशन अपि इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्ते धारणान्. Whatever you do, whenever you do, whatever activities from karma indriya that you are doing, constantly immerse yourself in thought of God. Multitask. Part of you is always thinking about God, part of you is working here. Mental plane, you are absent minded like Ramakrishna. You are always thinking about Ma Kali. But physically, you are with your disciples, friends, cracking jokes, doing your chores, everything. That is the state of man mana bhasmavakto madhyaji maam namaskuru. When you are constantly absorbed in me, mere paas tu aayega. So that is the state you have to inculcate. Okay, those steadfast in karma yoga always think, I am not the doer. Again, sense of proprietorship nahi hai, ahankar ko marna hai. I am not the doer. Even while engaged in all the activities, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, moving, sleeping, breathing, speaking, all those actions, they are thinking that I am not the doer. The mahabhuts are interacting amongst themselves to create actions under the influence of prana provided by the prakriti. With this light of divine knowledge, they see that it is only the material senses that are moving among the objects. इंद्रिया इंद्रियार्थेषु में घूम रही है, गुण गुणेषु में घूम रहे हैं. ब्रह्मण्यध्याय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते नासा पापेन पद्म पत्रमिवाम्भसा. Those who are dedicate the actions to God, abandoning all attachment, remain untouched by sin, just as lotus leaf is untouched by sin. तो जी सिन कैसे आता है? कलमश कलबश कहा है इन्होंने, पहले हमने बात करी. कामेश क्रोधेश रजोगुण समद्भवा. कामेश क्रोधेश, काम मतलब डिजायर, क्रोध मतलब फ्रस्ट्रेशन व्हेन द डिजायर इज नॉट मेट, समथिंग इज नॉट वर्किंग अकॉर्डिंग टू योर एक्सपेक्टेशन. एक्सपेक्टेशन है ही नहीं तो एंगर कैसे आएगा? आपसे कोई बदमाशी कैसे कर ले जाएगा अगर आपने कुछ उसे एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं करा तो? सो हैव लो एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम फैमिली, हाई एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम गॉड. That's why be logical with the family. When a person has low expectations, you have to be logical with them. But if you have high expectations of someone, you'll be emotional. So be emotional for God and logical towards family members. तो फिर आपको ना गुस्सा आएगा, ना उनसे आपको कोई फ्रस्ट्रेशन होगी, तो फिर जीवन अच्छे से कटेगा. कर्म बंधन जो उनके साथ है वो भी धीरे धीरे आपका वर्कआउट हो जाएगा. तो इसीलिए ब्रह्मण्यधाय कर्माणि संगम, ब्राह्मण की तरफ अगर आप जा रहे हो कर्म करके, त्यक्त्वा करोति है, सब कुछ का आप त्याग करते चले जाते हो. लिप्यते नासा पापेन पद्म पद्मावसा, ऐसे इंसान पाप में नहीं लिप्त होगा और वो हमेशा ही स्थित प्रज्ञ की अवस्था में रहेगा. तो इसीलिए कह रहे हैं कि डेडिकेटेड कर्म योग से काम करिए, और सब कुछ जो कर रहे हैं मत बोले कि मैंने किया है, मैंने पूरे घर में झाड़ू लगाया, कपड़े धोए, बर्तन ये कर. ये भावना रखेंगे तो अहंकार की वृद्धि होगी और फिर फ्रस्ट्रेशन आएगा, क्योंकि आपको प्रोप्राइटरशिप ले लिया है आपने. इसीलिए बोले कि ईश्वर की कृपा से सब कुछ हुआ है. राम के नाम लेकर बोले कि राम ने किया है, जो भी आपने किया है वो भगवान का नाम लगा दें. कुछ भी करें भगवान का नाम लगा दें. यहाँ तक कि कल हम पढ़ रहे थे कि जो परमहंस की गॉस्पेल ऑफ रामकृष्ण में उन्होंने बोला कि अगर किसी की कोई बैड हैबिट भी है, जैसे कोई बहुत शराब पीता है, सिगरेट पीता है, तो जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि फूड को आप भोग लगाते हैं ईश्वर को कि भगवान का नाम ले पहले निवाला लेने के पहले, उसी प्रकार पहले ड्रिंक लेने के पहले भी आप भगवान को याद करें कि भगवान को ऑफर किया है। तब आपकी जो चेतना, कॉन्शियसनेस है, वो धीरे धीरे जागने लगेगी एंड यू विल नेवर ओवर इंडल्ज एंड गेट इनेब्रिएटेड ड्रिंकिंग अल्कोहल। तो बहुत अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट है कि जो भी करें भगवान का नाम लगा लें, खाना खा रहे हैं तो भी भगवान को पहले प्रसाद चढ़ाएं, और दारू पी रहे हैं तो भी पहले भगवान को चढ़ा के फिर आप करें। उस तरीके से फिर आपका जो अवेयरनेस है वो बढ़ाना रहेगा, ग्रेटिट्यूड आ जाएगा, और वो सैक्रिफाइस के सेंस के कारण आपकी बुद्धि खुलती रहेगी। कायेन मनसा बुद्धया केवलर इंद्रियरपि योगिना कर्म कुर्वन्ति संगम त्यक्ताम शुद्धये। सो द योगीज हु हैव गिवन अप अटैचमेंट, भाई आपने सैक्रिफाइस कर दिया तो आप अटैच नहीं रह पाए। जब आपने वो चीज दे ही दी थी तो फिर अटैचमेंट नहीं रहा। इसीलिए दोज हु गिव अप इन दोज हु वर्क while giving up attachment perform actions with their body, sense, mind, intellect only for the purpose of self purification. So how does mind purification happens? Through work in devotion. Passionately अपने work को करिए. If you are an artist, you are making beautiful pictures only thinking about and focusing on the content of the work, nothing else. So doing work with passion, when Sachin Tendulkar is playing and with what symmetry he is hitting and the charisma he is hitting, that is the work of God in cricket. When Roger Federer is playing, that is the work of God in tennis. So that, and you will see whenever these great players who are playing, they will have zero अहंकार। लाइक तेंदुलकर में कभी आप अहंकार नहीं देखिएगा। रॉजर फेडरर को यंग एज में आप देखेंगे रैकेट तोड़ता था, पर अब वो बहुत ही, दे हैव बिकम वेरी मच हम्बल। सो ह्यूमिलिटी हैज टू ग्रो एज वी ग्रो ओल्डर। As we mature, humility has to grow. If your humility is not there, you are not a grounded person. You are always thinking कि ओ जी मैंने ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया, फलाना डकरा, तो फिर the universe is allergic to अहंकारा, so you will be demolished in no time. So very important to attribute whatever you have either to your parents or to good luck or to Brahman, someone higher than you. That way you're not taking proprietorship. Ahankara is the biggest thing that will kill us. So identification को decrease करनी है. The yogis who are given up attachment perform actions with their different faculties only for purifying the body. Karma yoga is going to purify the mind, and mental purification will lead to Bhagavad Kripa. Yukt कर्म फलम त्यक्त्वा शांति मापनोति नैष्टिकम आयुक्ता काम कारणे फले सक्तो निबध्यते. Offering the results of all activities to God, the karma yogi attain everlasting peace. So what are they doing? The karma yogis, first they did action with passion. So they did their work with extreme passion, whatever work they think, whether they are a grihast, they are a painter, artist, cricketer, doctor, lawyer, housewife, they are doing their activities with a lot of passion. Focus पूरा उसमें रखे. अच्छा, when they have done, they are not expecting the results ki, oh gee, now the kids should praise me or my husband should praise me that I have done such a great job. No, you should not have any expectations, low expectations from family. So you do your job but don't expect anything, then you get the amazing results. That is the beauty. So what does that create? When you have low expectations, you create a state of peace. We have talked about this triad: desireless, peaceful, blissful. If you want to be blissful, which is permanently situated in happiness, no matter what's going on, you are always happy. That state is very hard to attain, but the precursor of that state is peace. Peace matlab shanti. So when we say rest in peace, when someone dies, we are telling them that, okay, don't have any more hankerings, because otherwise we would have said rest in pleasure. So we are not wishing pleasure on people when they die. May your soul rest in peace. We never say may your soul rest in pleasure, because you don't want them to be hankering when they're dying. They don't have a body. How are they going to enjoy these transient dopaminergic surges of prayer? That's why rest in peace. We hope you have exhausted all your desires in this lifetime and not created any new desires when you're dying. Slowly, as we are growing old, we have to be getting more in peace. And that's why I asked that question: are you more happy with yourself today than you were 10 years ago? If the answer is no, then you have to change something. If the answer is yes, please keep doing whatever you're doing. Even if you are not studying Gita and Swadhyay, you are just spending time with family and getting happier than you were 10 years ago, please keep doing. Then you don't need this path. But if you think there is something more to your life, you have to attain something, you become more joyful when you take this path, then this is the right path for God realization and finding a higher purpose in your life than just doing a 8 to 5 corporate job and making money. Yukta karm kalam tyaktva shanti mapnoti nashtikam. Shanti apnoti. So you are going in the refuge of shanti. What is shanti? Peace. So when you do the work and sacrifice the expectations, then you attain peace. And ayukta kam karan phale sakto nibadyate. Uh, Whereas those beings impelled by desire work with selfish motive become entangled in karma bandhan because they're attached to the fruits of their action. So of course, if they send out a wish in the universe that I expect something, they will be met with it. If not in this life, in the next life. But that requires you to come back again and go through the Janm Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, which is the pain of birth, pain of death, pain of old age, and pain of disease. All those, no matter whether we are rich or poor, everybody will have a personalized experience. We might live collective in a society with our friends, families, but when we die and when we are born, we are always single. We are also very single in our pain and miseries. When you are suffering because you had a motor vehicle accident or you have cancer chemotherapy, then you are the only person suffering. Family is there only for moral support, but the real pain, whether it's mental anguish or physical, is only your. So death is a very personalized experience, no matter whether we are a social animal or not. So you have to remember that a lot of purification happens in solitude. Better than bad company is single company, company of yourself only. If you cannot get company of light-minded people, and that's why satsang is so helpful. So again, offering all the results of the activities to God, the कर्म योगी is devoid of expectation. क्योंकि अगर expectation के साथ करेगा तो सकाम कर्म, और expectation निकाल के करेगा तो निष्काम कर्म, निष्काम कर्म करेगा तो फिर वो ध्यान योग के लिए क्वालिफाई कर जाएगा, और सकाम कर्म करेगा तो वो फिर री इनकारनेशन में भोग और रोग दोनों के लिए क्वालिफाई कर जाएगा. सर्वकर्माणि मनसा संन्यस्ते सुखम वशी नव द्वारे पुरे देहि नैव पुरन्य कार्योन. Sarvkarmani mansa. The embodied beings who are self-controlled and detached reside happily in the city of 9 gates. The 9 gates refers to the 9 natural orifices in the body. The eyes, the nostrils, the ears, the mouth, then the organs of elimination and organs of procreation, reproduction. So, and of course, the idea, if you go in the Upanishads, is that when you die, the soul has to depart from one of the 9 gates. And depending upon, you go to the higher abodes, which will use the openings above the navel, versus the lower abodes, which is sometimes people can be born into more miserable states or animal yonis. Tanham dushta kruran sansareshu naradman. If you have done a lot of ahankar, bal, darp, then hypocrisy and use of force to suppress others, then there can be, because you still have that so much of relentless bhoga tendency, you can be born as animals. So those will go through the lower orifices, but the people who are more in the realm of sattva, when they are dying, then they will go through the upper orifices, such as the nostrils, the mouth, the orbits, the ears, or the brahmarandra, which is the sagittal suture, through which you go into Sahasrara. So if you're liberated, then obviously you'll go through Sahasrara. Otherwise, also you have a better next life, and that's why you live through the upper orifices. So he says that you are the owner of this Navdware Pure Dehi, this city of 9 gates. You are the owner. Who is the owner? You there implies the soul. So Sarv Karmani Mansa Sanyasya Sukham Vashi. When the soul is working with the help of the body, mind, senses, intellect to dispatch the work, then if he's not expecting anything, then he's living happily, living peacefully, not happily, I should say. Shanti apnoti, he said, you get shanti. So peace is the precursor to happiness. Please remember that. And how do we get peace? By yagya, sacrifice. How do we get peace? Not having expectation from family members, from our boss, from our colleagues. That way, you will be logically interacting with them and emotionally interacting in only bhakti. Bhakti bhav. Bhav जैसा है आपका वैसा ही आपका फल होगा. कर्म फल ईश्वर में आपकी भगवत कृपा होगी. जितना भाव उतना भगवत कृपा. तो इसीलिए भाव बढ़ाना है. The embodied souls who are self-controlled, detached, reside happily in the city of 9 gates, free from thinking they are doers of any cause. न कर्तृत्वम न कर्मणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभु न कर्म फल स्वयोगम स्वभाव वस्तु प्रवर्तते. Neither the sense of doership nor nature of actions comes from God, nor does he create the fruits of action. Look at what a beautiful sentence is. So when we say Shiva creates Shakti, like there's a story in Purana where Shiva's sweat creates Parvati. What is Parvati? Embodiment of Shakti, Durga, Kali, Tara, all those. So Shakti itself, once you have created something, you don't take proprietorship or command over it. Same thing applies for kids. We as parents only uh, are givers of the body. And what are we givers of the body? We ourselves have acquired the body, but we are at best givers of the body, the features that we have imparted to the kids, not the soul. The soul came in that body because of whatever interactions we had with that individual in our past life. Maybe he was our father, now he's coming as our son. Maybe he was our brother, now he's coming as our sister. You never know. There are some interactions that were left, and there was a strong hankering or craving to be with them. Yanti devrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajanopi mam. जो इस देवता की पूजा करेंगे, इस देवता के पास जाएंगे, जो पितरी एंसेस्टर्स। अब आपका आपका बेटा ही आपका पिता ही आपका बेटा बन के आ गया तो क्या करिएगा? वो पितरी, वो एंसेस्टर है, तो फिर वो उसके लोक में जाएंगे। और जो मेरी जो यान्ति देवव्रता पितृव्रता भूतानी यान्ति, भूतेनिया यक्ष भूत प्रेत जो ज्यादा वर्शिपर्स हैं तंत्रा की फिलॉसफी में, वो उसके पास जाएंगे, और जो मेरी वर्शिप करेंगे वो मेरे पास आएंगे। और जो भी बाकी लोकों में जाएंगे वो घूमकर पृथ्वी पे जरूर आएंगे, क्योंकि उनको कर्म बंधन बर्न करना होता है। इसीलिए you have to understand that these are the interactions that we are having with the individuals with which the karma bandhan has not been totally exhausted. Na katitvam na karmani lokasya siyati prabhu. Neither the sense of doership nor the nature of action comes from God. तो मैं ये कहने चाह रहा था, उस समय डिबेट हो गया कि God does not control प्रकृति, शिवा does not control पार्वती, क्योंकि कॉन्शियसनेस इज अनमैनिफेस्ट, प्रकृति इज मैनिफेस्ट. Prakriti is like the electronic orbits that are circling around the central nucleus, प्रोटॉन न्यूट्रॉन जो सेंटर में है आपका एटम का, वो है. तो इसीलिए उसके इर्द गिर्द घूमती है, अट्रैक्शन रहता है, लेकिन टोटैलिटी ब्राह्मण का दोनों द्वारा बनता है. ऑल्दो पुरुष से प्रकृति का निर्माण हो रहा है, अनमैनिफेस्ट इज गिविंग राइज टू मैनिफेस्ट. द रूल्स ऑफ मैनिफेस्ट आर ओनली डिटरमिन्ड बाय द रूल्स ऑफ मैनिफेस्ट. प्रकृति अपने नियम खुद बनाती है. आपने बच्चा पैदा कर दिया, इसका ये मतलब थोड़ी ना कि आप उसके हर एक चीज को माइक्रो मैनेज करेंगे. उसकी वो आत्मा है बेचारी, अपनी आत्मा शरीर, अब उसकी अपनी लाइफ है. आप उसको राइट चीज बता दे जो अपने 18 साल तक बताना है, उसके बाद वो अपना ऑटो पायलट है. आप, योर वर्क इज डन. सो डोंट ट्राई टू कंट्रोल और ट्राई टू गेट अटैच्ड कि ये कैसा क्यों कर रहा है. तो इसीलिए आपने समझना है कि हम लोग जो आत्मन हैं, वो प्रकृति की जो चीजें, हमने इसलिए बोला ना कि हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, प्रकृति कर रही, हम माध्यम है. महाभूत हमने रेंट किया है, भूमि रापो नलो वायु खम, फायर अर्थ एयर वाटर ईथर, टू परफॉर्म एक्टिविटीज, बिकॉज वी वर द्रष्टा एंड भोक्ता. द भोक्ता एंजॉयर पोर्शन वांटेड टू एक्सपीरियंस, नॉट जस्ट विटनेस. इफ यू वांट टू एक्सपीरियंस यू हैव टू कम टू अर्थ. If you want to come to earth, you have to rent this 5 planes of Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham, create a material body, स्थूल शरीर. तो इसीलिए द रूल्स ऑफ स्थूल शरीर के अब आप किसी के घर में रेंट लेंगे तो उसके हिसाब से ही चलेंगे ना, क्योंकि आप तो रेंटर हैं, तो जो लैंडलॉर्ड के रूल्स हैं वही चलेंगे. तो हियर द लैंडलॉर्ड इज प्रकृति. दैट इज व्हाई गॉड इज सेइंग कि बेटा, I do not bend the rules of Prakriti. Can I bend the rules of Prakriti? Yes, I can. But in a general statement, he's just creating a disclaimer कि don't expect me to bend the rules of Prakriti. Of course, he bends the rules of Prakriti. मार्कंडे की जब मृत्यु हो रही थी तो शिव ने आके खुद से उसको यम को बोला कि नहीं, अभी ये नहीं जाएगा. तो he will make exceptions. But he's trying to, in a general statement, what he's saying here, I do not make the rules of Prakriti. I do not break the rules of Prakriti. एक्सेप्शंस होते हैं क्या? बिल्कुल होते हैं जी, पर एक्सेप्शंस पे ध्यान नहीं दे. ये जनरल रूल की बात हो रही है कि इसीलिए आपका जो कर्म बंधन है ना, वो आपको झेलना है. अब आप ये बोलेंगे कि हम तो भगवान की आस्था स्टार्ट कर दी हमने कल से, हमें आज हमें चोट लग गई थी रास्ते में, या हमारे पति ने हमारे साथ ठीक से बात नहीं करी, ये क्या मजाक है, भगवान के 24 घंटे हो गए भक्ति कर रहा हूँ मैं ऐसे. तो ये जो एक्सपेक्टेशन, अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन है, ये आपको छोड़ना है. धीरे धीरे आपको बेनिफिट मिलेगा, और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स आपका जो कर्म बंधन है उसको बर्न होना पड़ेगा. नेचुरली बर्न होता है ओवर टाइम. और आपका गोल है कि नया कर्म बंधन क्रिएट ना करे. कैसे क्रिएट होता है? डिजायर और एक्सपेक्टेशन से. इसीलिए डिजायर और एक्सपेक्टेशन को कम कर देंगे तो आपका कर्म बंधन नेचुरली खत्म हो जाएगा और आप पीसफुल होते चले जाएंगे। पीसफुल होते चले जाएंगे तो जो भी आप करना चाह रहे हैं भक्ति भाव इंटेंस हो जाएगा। तो इसीलिए भगवान इस स्टेटमेंट में यही कह रहे हैं कि परम पुरुष परमात्मा प्रकृति पर नियंत्रण नहीं रखती है। प्रकृति अपने नियम खुद बनाती है। जो वो नियम है उसको हम लोग गुण कहते हैं, सत्व रजस तमस। गुण का अर्थ है इन्फ्लुएंसिंग एसोसिएशन। जिसके जिसके कांटेक्ट में आओगे वैसे हो जाओगे, जिसमें मन लगाओगे वैसे बन जाओगे। मामेव स्मरण युद्ध च, मेरा स्मरण करके हमेशा युद्ध करो। दो चीजें उसमें है, माम एव, मेरा ही, और किसी का नहीं कर। ये नहीं कि मेरा भी कर रहे हो, बच्चों का भी स्मरण कर रहे हो, नहीं। मामेव, एक्सक्लूसिव डिवोशन, अनन्य चेता अनन्य भक्ति। गॉड इज वेरी सेल्फिश इन दैट। ही सेज कि आई शुड बी योर प्रायोरिटी, मैं ही। ये नहीं कि ये भी है वो भी है। फिर क्योंकि व्यवसायत्मक का बुद्धि के कुरुनंदन बहुशाखा हेयंता बुद्ध व्यवसायी नाम। जिसकी बुद्धि मल्टीफोल्ड होती है उसको कुछ भी नहीं मिलता है। इसीलिए जहां लालची इंसान को देखिए कि लाइफ में कुछ नहीं मिलता है, क्योंकि ये भी चाहिए वो भी चाहिए ये भी चाहिए, तो भगवान वाले ले तेरे कुछ भी नहीं मिलना। एक चीज मांगो और उसको अच्छे से मांगो तो फिर आप प्राप्त कर लोगे उसको। तो इसीलिए God does not bend the rules of prakriti, guna, sattva, rajas and tamas. Those things are what makes the rules of prakriti. And if you want to overcome your karma bandhan, you have to use these elements. Whenever there's too much of tamas, you want to invite rajas, because rajas is the rocky force, the curiosity, the sudden courage that wants to break everything. And then of course you want to have a balance. You don't go overboard, just like what Buddha says, the middle path. After doing extreme fasting, eating one rice grain in like every day, he says no, this is crazy. So extremes नहीं करना है, क्योंकि extremes में आप परमात्मा को भी अपने शरीर में जो है उसको आप थोड़ा टॉर्चर होता है तपस में। इसलिए एक्सट्रीम तपस नहीं करनी है। ऑस्टेरिटी हैज टू बी वेरी मच मिडिल पैथ। ओके, सो लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट वन। नाद्यते कश्चित पापम नैव सुकृतो ज्ञानेनावृत्तम ज्ञानेन तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः। The omnipresent God does not involve himself in the sinful or virtuous deed. देखिए कैसे अपने को अलग कर रहे हैं प्रकृति से। God is alienating himself from the rules of Prakriti, because that's one of the major mistakes we make. We say that if we are doing bhakti, why are we seeing bad results? Why are we facing all this suffering? We forget that there might have been certain coils in our past life that needs to be still burned. Of course, what you are doing now is going to improve your future, long-term gratification, Shreya. But it's not going to create imminent results, because that's your sanchit karma, whatever you have already performed has to be burned somewhere. So इसीलिए God for the most part does not interfere with the rules of Prakriti, aka your karma bandhan. Your karma bandhan is your baggage that you have to resolve. It will resolve, it will unfold slowly over time. Only thing you can do is not to upload more karma bandhan, so that your future is at least clearer. Every day becomes easier than yesterday. That's the whole goal. न आद्यते, न किसी का पाप लेता हूं मैं, न किसी के पुण्य लेता हूं मैं। वो प्रकृति निर्धारित करती है और उस हिसाब से आपको कर्मफल निष्पादन होता है। ज्ञानेन तु तद्ज्ञानम येषाम नाशितम आत्मना तेषाम आदित्य वज ज्ञानम प्रकाश तत्परम। फिर ज्ञान पर आ गए। ज्ञान संशय का नाश करता है और ज्ञान अज्ञानता का नाश करता है, अज्ञानता के अंधकार का। फॉर दोज इन whom the ignorance of the self destroyed, but for those in whom this ignorance is of the self is destroyed by divine knowledge, Atma Gyan, that knowledge reveals the supreme entity, such as the sun illumines everything in daytime. ये बहुत ही अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस उन्होंने बताया है। ये कह रहे हैं आत्मज्ञान प्राप्त होने पे कैसा महसूस करिएगा। आपको ऐसा लगेगा यू आर सीइंग द लाइट्स ऑफ 1,000 sun, just like Oppenheimer talks about, describes the first atomic bomb. It's a very interesting statement. Oppenheimer, who was the creator of the first atomic bomb, says it's like the lights of 10,000 suns. Like in Bhagavad Gita it is said, when you see the when Divya Drishti Arjun gets, that is the kind of light you will see when you get Atma Gyan as well. Lights of 10,000 suns. तो सोच लीजिए एक सन इतना ब्राइट है, 10,000 कितना होगा। वैसा एक्सपीरियंस आप करेंगे ध्यान में, वैसा एक्सपीरियंस आप करेंगे अपनी निद्रा में, आपको अचानक से ऐसा दिखेगा। तो दैट टेल्स यू that you are getting experience of the Brahman. And that is why it is much better than any drugs, any sex, any food that you have ever eaten, because senses have a very low intensity of pleasure that they can give. When Atmagyan happens, that is immense pleasure, if you want to call it pleasure, because it is everlasting happiness. So jnanen tu tad jnanam yesham nashitam atmana tesham aditya vajnanam prakashati tatparam. Aditya, what means Aditya itself is sun. Vivaswan, Aditya are these names of God, sun god. So for those in whom the ignorance of the self is destroyed. Bhai, ignorance of the self kaise destroy hoga? Ignorance of the self is destroyed when we don't identify with the senses, the mind, the body. तो हमने जब त्याग कर दिया, स्थित प्रज्ञ हो गए, और अहंकार को भी डिस्कार्ड कर रहे हैं. We are also discarding that it's not me, it's God who is doing things to me. Repeatedly, Ramakrishna will say that. Then then our ahankar will go away and self का जो notification है वो चला जाएगा, and then it is that will experience this immense light, because that immense light is said to be the light of knowledge, the light of Atma Gyan, and Atma Gyan is the precursor to enlightenment. Enlightenment में देखिए light word use करते हैं हम लोग, क्योंकि वो light itself here is showing indicative of knowledge, ज्ञान. So that is why enlightenment cannot be without the word light. Amazingly. Tad buddhya se tad atmanas tad nishtha tad prana gachanta punaravrittim gyan nirdut kalmasha. Those whose intellect is fixated in God, हमेशा मन मना भव मत भक्तो मध्याजी माम नमस्कुरु, मेरे में भक्त डूबे हुए हैं, मामे एव स्मरण. Those whose intellect is fixed in God, those who are absorbed, हमेशा गॉड के बारे में आप बात कर रहे हैं, सत्संग कर रहे हैं, घर में कीर्तन करते रहते हैं, फुल टाइम खाना बना रहे हैं, चल रहा है म्यूजिक पीछे, पूरे टाइम हनुमान से चलाइए, आपका खुद ही न्यूरल नेटवर्क रीसेट हो जाएगा. Who are absorbed in God with firm faith in Him as supreme goal, such persons quickly reach the state from which there is no return. What does that mean? It means you have escaped as moksha. So you don't have to come back because of karma bandhan. You have overcome your karma bandhan. No need for incarnations. Their sins have been dispelled by the light of knowledge. So वो knowledge disinfectant है. That will totally destroy everything that is coming in the way. Even about Kumbhak it is said, Pap tul chayana ho pradahet pralayagna tata pap vinurmukta tasmat punyani nashiyat. Kumbhak first destroys all your papa, then it destroys all your punya. If you do partial kumbhak, at least your papa has been destroyed. You only come here to enjoy and then you leave. But that is the beauty of all these breathing techniques, kumbhak. Because what are you doing? You are in a way torturing yourself of the most basic of the mahabhuts. Not food, not water, but air. You have been breathing every 10, 12 seconds since your day you're born. Eating you have done 2-3 times. Drinking you have done 10, 12 times. But breathing is so much natural to prana. So prana elevation happens when you can restrain your breathing forces and still have a visualization of God when you're holding your breath. That is Kumbhak Brahma Murat that we recommend, because that is very good for creating Atmagyan. Tadbuddhya se tadatma tannisthata prana gachant punaravrittim gyan nirdhut kalmasha. Those whose intellect is fixated in God, totally absorbed in God with firm faith or shraddha in Him as the supreme goal, such persons quickly reach the state from which there is no return. ब्रह्म पुनर्लोका पुनरावर्तन माम उपेत तो कौनते पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. ब्रह्मलोक तक सारे जो निवासी हैं, इष्ट देव हैं, जनलोक, तपलोक, महरलोक, जितने ऋषि मुनि हैं, उन सब का जन्म होता है, लेकिन जो मेरे लोक में आ जाता है उसको फिर से नहीं आना पड़ता है. पॉइंट ऑफ नो रिटर्न, जस्ट लाइक एस्केप वेलोसिटी 11.2 kilometers. If something is hurled towards space, the rocket will never return to earth. You hit escape velocity when you get Atma Gyan. Atma Gyan will be formed through Sthit Pragya, establishing peace, not taking proprietorship, destroying your ahamkara, and surrender through service, bhakti, yog, nishkam karma. Vidya Vinay Sampanne. Okay, now what is a beautiful thing? Vinay. Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Cha Shapake Cha Pandita Samdarshana. Once you have attained that, once you have no proprietorship of what you are, who you are, that person will have some drishti. So we find another point in Sthit Pragya. Sthit Pragya not only does not react to the adversities or created by the sensual discomforts, heat, cold, sukh, dukh, but also he has some drishti, which is the ability to see everybody as same, boy, girl, same, rich, poor, same. Very hard, very easy to talk about it, very hard to apply it. So he will hold every individual in the same regard. And that is how he will never have anxiety, because he's not, there's no performance anxiety. If you don't think someone is that great, then there's nothing to be anxious about. So it is all mind games, anxiety, depression. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shuni cha shapake cha pandita samdarshina. Once you are sampanna, prosperous with vidya and vinay, vidya is the knowledge, vinay is the humility. Where can you have vidya without vinay? Not possible. You have to have both. Otherwise, if one goes, the other will also go away. If your humility goes, your vidya will go away. And if you have humility, slowly the vidya will come. So humility or remaining grounded is very important, and that's what we learn from all these great individuals who have performed the best. They are very much humble in whatever doing, whether Tendulkar or Roger Federer. They're very humble people, and that's the kind of individuals we should try to become. Extreme humility. Shuni cha Shabake cha Pandita Samdarshina. Whether it is a Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, or chandal, everybody they are seeing with the same equanimity, not saying that someone is superior to another person. Ihak Tajita Sargo Yesham Samme Sitamana Nirdosham Samram Tasmat Brahmanite Sita. Those whose minds are established in equality of vision conquer the cycle of life and birth. They possess the flawless qualities of God and therefore seated in absolute truth. So, at some point, if you add a water, a drop of rain, which are we, sequestered from the ocean, falling down as rainfall back in the ocean, you merge in the Brahman. So, there is no you and there is no I. So, there is no distinction anymore. And that is why you get flawless qualities of God, because you have at that point become part of the Brahman, become part of the God, the totality, the Sat, supreme absolute truth that we call. And that's why you are Sat Chit Anand. First you become Sat, that is the balance, truth, equanimity. Then you become Chit, which is awareness, highlight, Atman Gyan, and Anand, the Anand, Parmanand, Charmanand, the state of unperturbed happiness will continue all the time. न प्रहृष्यत प्रिय प्राप्य न द्विजेत प्राप्य च प्रियम स्थिर बुद्धि सम्मुढ़ो ब्रह्मविद ब्रह्मणि स्थिता. Established in God, having firm understanding of divine knowledge and not hampered by delusion, they neither rejoice in getting something pleasant nor grieve on experiencing something unpleasant. That is why I was telling you that story yesterday about Ramana Maharishi, how when his mother was dying, he put his hand on her chest and releases her of any more karma bandhan. Of course, Ramana can do that. We cannot. But he releases his mother of all the karma bandhan so that she doesn't have any hankerings, cravings, any resentments about her son not living with her or doing the things that she might have expected of him, so that she doesn't come back. So that is why once you are established in God, you have godly powers. You don't display those powers, obviously, because display of power itself is a show of ahamkara, and then you lose those powers. So very important to not become arrogant or not having doership. We learned earlier, God himself said, I don't create rules of Prakriti, I don't bend rules of Prakriti. Papa and Punya will manifest in the way they have to manifest, because that's the what Prakriti does. Manifest world ka rule mein main nahi jata hu. It's just like the prime minister. He doesn't go and he is, of course, he's above Prakriti, but he doesn't go and just meddle with what the defense minister is doing, what the finance minister is doing. Similarly, as parents, we should not meddle. Ki beta tu kisse baat kar raha tha, kitni der baat kar raha tha. You have to give them independent portfolio. Their portfolio is small. Obviously, their portfolio is smaller than your portfolio, but it doesn't mean we will micromanage them all the time. So that's what God was saying there. And similarly here, established in God, you have a lot of powers. Don't display those powers. Again, display, manifestation is an element of ahamkara. Ahamkara is not our nature. Ahamkara is something, we talked about this, when the Nitya Mukta and the Nitya Baddha Atmans decide to come in this world, the Drashta wants to become the Bhokta, the witnesser wants to become the enjoyer. In that case, he will create Mahatattva. Mahatattva is the first element. Please watch that video. Uma, please send them the link. Where we talk about the Nitya Muktas and the Nitya Baddhas. Basically, the first thing that has to happen, the soul, your Atman, consciousness, Chitta, when you come in this material world, the first thing that you get is ego. Not mind, not senses, not body, not intellect, ego. That is why ego identity disorders, gender identity disorders, no treatment even today in medicine. Ki I am a guy, I feel like a girl. How can you treat me? Can you give me some medicine for that? No, there's no medicine, because ego is something that is extremely primordial. It's the hardest to treat. And that is why if you feel a certain way, what we call personality disorders, they are the second hardest thing to treat. Identity disorders is the hardest to treat. Personality disorders is the second hardest to treat. Then mental disorders, yeah, you can treat a little bit. You can use a lot of things for anxiety, depression, schizophrenia. The way you feel, the way you feel about emotions, that can be treated. But the way you identify as a boy or a girl, girl being a boy, trapped, identity disorders we get so much these days because the ego is messed up because of the karma bandhan. Anyways, सो महातत्वा में पहले सबसे आती है अहंकार. वो आपको बताती है कि मैं लड़का हूं, मैं लड़की हूं, मुझे ये करना है. दैट थिंग इज वेरी बेसिक टू यू. इवन एज अ 2-year old toddler, you know I'm a boy, so I have to, there's certain traits that have to happen. That's the number one germinating seed of maya. And then of course you get indriyas based on your samskaras, you get man based on how kind of learned individual or activities you did, you get a body based on what desires you had in the past life or kind of activities you did. So those things very much are there later stages, but the first thing that comes is ego. That is why as long as you are alive, some ego will always be there. that is the saying of Vimalananda, and that is even Ramakrishna saying. बिना ego के नहीं जी सकते हो आप, थोड़ा सा आइडेंटिफिकेशन रखना ही पड़ता है. That is why Ramakrishna bounces when he sees sweets, so happy. The wife tells him, why are you always jumping when you see these sweets? What will the disciples think of you? Realize being always eating all these rasagullas. He says, I have to keep a little bit of ego, otherwise I cannot live in this world. I will remain in samadhi and leave this body. So very important thing. न प्रहृष्यत प्रिय प्राप्य न उद्विजित प्राप्य चा प्रेम स्थिर बुद्ध समुद्धो ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणि सिता. Established in God, they are not hampered by delusion or moha, and they neither rejoice on something pleasant nor grieve for something unpleasant. That is again state of sthit pragya. बाह्य स्पर्शेश्वर सक्त आत्मा विन्दति आत्मनि यत् सुखम स ब्रह्म युक्त आत्मा सुखम अक्षयम अश्नुते. Those who are not attached to external sense pleasures realize divine bliss in the self. Being united with God through yoga, they experience unending happiness. So you will see the difference. He's not saying I am God, I become God. This again is a problem. Just like I am enlightened, I am God is not the state that God will say. If you want to think that you are different from God, you are not different from God. You are just not realized that you are God. But there are no two states. अद्वैत है ना, द्वैत तो अभी है, संसार में है द्वैत, मैनिफेस्ट अनमैनिफेस्ट. जब मर्ज हो जाएगा तो अद्वैत हो जाएगा. अद्वैत में दो है ही नहीं, तो आई और यू की लैंग्वेज कैसे यूज करें? वो तो ईगो की माया है कि आपको आई एंड यू डिस्टिंग्विश करना है ताकि रोल प्ले कर सके. जी मैं लड़का हूं, मैं लड़की हूं, मैं मोहब्बत करूंगा लड़की के साथ. तो ये डिस्टिंक्शन चाहिए ना. To enjoy, to create a play, you need to have roles. That's why you have to role play. That's what we are doing in this world. Bahya sparshesha sakta atma. So external sense pleasures, by those who are attached, not attached to the external sense pleasures, they will realize. So he's again talking about abdicating the sensual pleasures, the pleasure of taste, pleasure of sight, pleasure of music, pleasure of touch, pleasure of smell. Sense of smell is heightened in animals. Why? Because they want to have sensual pleasure way more than you. So that's why the animals will have heightened sense of pleasure, sense, both for finding honey in a bear as well as pheromones and stuff like that they can smell from the sweat of the other counterpart. So much higher evolved, because if you want to have more pleasure, be an animal. If you want to have more consciousness and divine traits, which have, I've been there, done that, because all of us have evolved, even if you believe in evolutionary biology, from the invertebrates to vertebrates to primates to humans. The gradual first you get a spinal cord, because the insects, they don't even have a spinal cord. That's the lowest level where you just know pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Then you get a spinal cord which is lying flat, which is lying horizontal, which is all these animals, all these horses, lions and all that. So we've been through that. Then you get an erect spine. There comes the primates, the gorillas, the chimpanzees, the Homo sapiens of the Australopithecus and all the primates. And then you evolve to the Homo sapiens of today. Homo sapiens, नाम में रख लिया sapiens. Sapiens मतलब intellect, wise. Wisdom comes from intellect. So the evolution of buddhi or intellect is what distinguishes us from the animals, not the senses. The senses are way more heightened in animals. If you want to have heightened animals, then pleasure sense, torture bhi aayega, lekin pleasure and torture more amplified, then you become an animal. If you want to diminish the range of pleasure and pain, then you become a human, because of course you have realized that too much pleasure and too much pain is what sticks longer. That is the creation of samsara. So in short, the Atman at the end of the day realizes कि you could have been a drashta and a bhokta, but unless he has been a bhokta, he cannot give up bhokta. Just like a sannyasi, you cannot be a sannyasi unless you have been a tyagi. You have done the work, so you have to do the work. That's why you have to be bhokta to know that bhokta is not the ideal state of the Atman. The ideal state is drashta or witnesser, which is what we are trying to be when we are doing yoga. यही संस्पर्शा भोगा दुख वाते आद्य कंते न तेषु रमते बुधा. The pleasures that arise from contact with the senses, though appearing to be enjoyable because of dopamine, to worldly minded people are a source of misery. अब ये समझ जाएंगे तो फिर तकलीफ नहीं होगी कि अच्छा आप ये सोचिए. आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं मैं, बहुत अच्छी न्यूरोसाइंस की टेस्ट है. People who have made investments in the stock market, or for that matter any investment in real estate or something, what is more pleasurable to you? You have $1,000 and you made $100 on that. Say you made a great transaction, you made $100. Okay ji. Now the another investment you made $1,000, you lost $100. Think about it. Which is the making of $100 more pleasurable, happiness, or the losing of the $100 more happiness? You will realize whenever you lose, you are more unhappy than you are happy when you make some money. Well, money or any success also in life, same deal. So in general, the way the bhokta works is that because the bhokta came in the realm of greed. Now think about this. When the drashta Atman decided to come in this world, there was a curiosity कि इनके यहाँ क्या चल रहा है. मेरे यहाँ तो मैं इंट्रोस्पेक्शन में देख रहा हूँ. आई एम सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन एब्जॉर्ब जो शिवा करते हैं, पर उसमें ठीक है, मजा आ रहा, उतना नहीं आ रहा. आपके यहाँ क्या है? आपके यहाँ क्या है? क्यूरियोसिटी. दैट क्यूरियोसिटी क्रिएट्स the courage to go back, go in this world of prana and experience things. And then greed comes कि अच्छा ये भी है, भूमि भी है, अर्थ है, water है, air है, so the manifest things. So that kind of thing is the state of greed, and that is why there will be more damage, because your expectation was to make money. How can you lose money? If you lost money, you're not prepared for that. You never expected that. So that lack of preparation in terms of believing you can also lose money has created now a total depression. ओ जी ये तो पैसा चला गया. 100 रुपए बनाने गए थे, दुबे जी गए थे चौबे जी गए थे छब्बे बनने, बन के आ गए दुबे. So what you are better off before you started the investment. Now you are worse off. So that creates the expectation, in short, is what creates the misery. That is why the loss is always going to be more profound than the gain in any realm in life. Whether you think about professional success, relationships, I have invested so much, I am not getting so much back, or monetary, financial, same deal. So so that is why he's saying no expectations and sacrifice. Those two things are primary for getting the sthit pragya state, because this contact of the sense with the sense objects creates transient pleasure, only transient pleasure, but the misery and suffering is immense. So that is why I say Jan Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukh Doshanu Darshanam. Jan Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, those four you will always create dukh and dosha. Dukh means suffering, misery, and dosha is defect. The defect in the form of the bodies you create. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Those are the doshas that will always be created, because manifest world is always going to be imperfect. You cannot have perfection in the manifest world. Perfection can only be in the unmanifest. यही संस्पर्शा भोगा दुख नैवेद्य आद्यंत कौन्ते न तेषु रमते बुधा. So never think about this and lament about getting something or losing something. शक्नोति हैविया सोढ़ुम प्राक शरीर विमोक्षणात् काम क्रोध भव वेगम स युक्ता स सुखी नरा. The person or yogis who have given up the body are able to check the forces of desire, who at the time of giving up the body are able to check the force of desire and anger. They alone are happy. So again, it is just telling you that every day, you know, we are getting one day closer to death. So obviously every day the hope is that you have less desires today than you had yesterday. You had less expectations today than you had yesterday, and you have hopefully exhausted all your desires. So you are happy कि नहीं जी ये तो हमने आनंद महसूस कर लिया है, हमें नहीं चाहिए और we have got what we want. That state of mind, if you are priming every day, then you are becoming close to yogi. Shaknoti have ya sodhum. You are able to tolerate whatever comes to you at the time of death, because there is no resentment, regret, anything that needs to be done. Because if anything needs to be done, ओ जी आ जाओ फिर से, आ जाओ जड़ भरत, फिर से डियर बन जाओ, इस बार डियर से मोहब्बत हुई है जो डियर बना देते तू। तो यो अंतो सुखो अंतरा राम तथा ज्योतिरेव या स योगी ब्रह्म निर्वाणम ब्रह्म भूतादि गच्छति। दोज हु आर हैप्पी विद इन देमसेल्व्स, क्या कोशिश कर रहे हैं? एक्सट्रोस्पेक्शन, डिजायर, एक्सपेक्टेशन किससे होती है? बाहरी चीज से। आपको क्या बोल रहे हैं? बेटा अंदर खोजो अपने। इंट्रोस्पेक्शन, पीस, बी हैप्पी, ग्रेटिट्यूड, ह्यूमिलिटी। रिप्लेस योर डिजायर एक्सपेक्टेशन विद ग्रेटिट्यूड एंड ह्यूमिलिटी। दैट इज कन्वर्जन ऑफ द एक्सट्रोस्पेक्शन, बाह्य बाह्य स्पर्शेश्वर सक्तात्मा, into you anto sukhvantara, within yourself. Find happiness within yourself. Those who are happy within themselves, enjoying the delight and the light of God within, are illumined by that inner light. Such yogis are united with the Lord and are liberated from material existence. So you use the word liberated, not promoted. Liberated because this is a cage. Even if you think it's a golden cage, end of the day, the bird has been trapped in a cage. It's not the free skies we are flying in. So all of us are prisoners, prisoners of our mind, prisoners of our body, prisoners of this samsara. Now, at least in the present, we are prisoners, and that's why we will be liberated. That is why moksha. Labhante brahm nirvanam rishaya chin kalmasha chin daitatmana sarvbhutite rata. Those holy persons whose sins have been purged by these methods of remaining sthit pragya, yagya, and all the yogas, Tri Yog Panch Pratyahara, whose sins have been purged, whose doubts have been annihilated. संशय, ज्ञान संशय का नाश करता है, चैप्टर 3-4 मैंने पढ़ा ये. Doubts have been annihilated, whose minds are disciplined. कैसे डिसिप्लिन होता है जी? अभ्यासेन तु कौन्ते वैराग्येन च गृह्यते, रिपीटेड परसेवरेंस एंड कैस्टिगेशन of these worldly things, vairagya, detachment. Who are devoted to the welfare of other beings, compassionate, anhat chakra, nishkam karma, attain God and are liberated from material existence. Okay, those holy persons whose sins have been purged, whose doubts have been annihilated, minds are disciplined and devoted to the welfare of other beings. ये सब आपको करना है, तब आप liberate होंगे. Clearing your mind, clearing your doubts, and of course you're purging your sins. जो कलमश है, कलमश कैसे आता है जी? कामेश क्रोध, अथ केन प्रयुक्त एवं पापम चरति पुरुषा, चैप्टर 3. कैसे, क्यों मनुष्य पाप करने के लिए कंपल हो जाता है प्रभु? अथ केन प्रयुक्त एवं पापम चरति पुरुषा अनिच्छन पे वार्षणे बलादिव नियोजित, ना चाहते हुए भी वो क्यों करता है? बलपूर्वक लग रहा है कोई करवा रहा है. कामेश क्रोधेश रजोगुण समुद्भवा महाशनु महापापमा वैद्यनम ही वैरिणम. कामेश क्रोधेश, काम और क्रोध ही अर्जुन रजोगुण का गुण. अगेन गुण कहां से आया? प्रकृति से आया. प्रकृति के रूल में है रजोगुण, रजोगुण से आ रहे हैं काम और क्रोध. तो अगर देखा तो डिजायर हुआ, डिजायर अगर फुलफिल नहीं हुआ तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन, एंगर हुआ. तो काम और क्रोध ही कारण है पाप के. आपको एक एजिटेटेड स्टेट में भेज देते हैं. वेदर यू थिंक अबाउट हंगर और सेक्स, बोथ आर एजिटेटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ लस्ट, एजिटेटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ डेल्यूजन. सम्मोहन, समुद्धा की स्थिति है, क्योंकि उस समय आप रुक नहीं सकते हैं. 1 मिनट भी बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकता, अब दूर नहीं रह सकता. तो ये प्रॉब्लम है आपकी, जब हम लोग को हाइटेंड डेल्यूजन होती है, कामेश क्रोधेश. तो इसीलिए देखिए उन्होंने क्या बोला, काम क्रोध वियुक्ता नाम. गीता में एक बात बहुत क्लियरली बताया गया है, त्रिविधम नरकस्य द्वारम नाशनमात्मना काम क्रोध लोभ तस्मात् देतत्रयम् त्यजेत्. 3 मार्ग हैं अर्जुन नरक की ओर, काम क्रोध और लोभ. इसको तुम इंस्टेंटली त्याग दो. काम क्रोध हर जगह आता है आपकी लाइफ में. आपको डिजायर जो है वही काम क्रिएट करता है. काम मतलब डिजायर, काम मतलब राग, अटैचमेंट. क्रोध मतलब जो हमारे डिजायर है, अटैचमेंट है, वो हमारे हिसाब से काम नहीं कर रही है. हमारा डिजायर फुलफिल नहीं हो रहा है, हमारा बच्चे हमारी बात नहीं सुनता है, एक तो इतनी मुश्किल से पैदा किया, फिर कुछ सुनता ही नहीं है. तो ये जो हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन खराब करती है, तो क्रोध होता है, फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है, एंगर होती है कि क्या बदमाशी कर रहा है. तो इसीलिए काम क्रोध वियुक्ता नाम. एक बार काम और क्रोध को त्याग दोगे, जो कि रजोगुण से उत्पन्न हुई है, तो तुम्हारी चेतना जो है वो जाग जाएगी, और फिर तुम ब्रह्म निर्वाण, ब्राह्मण की तरफ तुम बढ़ सकते हो. तो फॉर दोज सन्यासीज हु हैव ब्रोकन आउट ऑफ एंगर एंड लस्ट through the constant lust को समझिए. lust word is not just sex. Lust word is an extreme desire, extreme state of desire that cannot be extinguished and has to be immensely instantaneously fulfilled. That is lust. Lust is just showing a heightened state of delusion, or of course when you don't fulfill it you get angry, frustrated. That is anger. So that is how lust is transformed into anger. काम ही आपका क्रोध बन जाता है. इसीलिए आपको काम और क्रोध को त्यागना है, रजोगुण से संपन्न है वो. फॉर दोज सन्यासीज हु आर ब्रोकन आउट ऑफ एंगर एंड लस्ट थ्रू कांस्टेंट एफर्ट. कांस्टेंट एफर्ट चाहिए आपको. Who have subdued their mind are self-realized, liberated from material existence in both here and thereafter. हियर एंड देयर आफ्टर का मतलब है इस लोक में भी अगले लोक में भी. अगला लोक पृथ्वी लोक ही हो आपका जरूरी नहीं है. 6 लोक ऊपर रखे गए हैं, उन लोकों में भी रहते हैं और फिर रह रह के वापस आते रहते हैं. तो स्पर्शान कृत्वा बहि बया चक्षुष चवांतरे भ्रुव प्राणापानो समकृत्वा नासा बेहतर चारणो यतेन्द्रिय मनोबुद्धर मुनिर् मोक्ष प्राणा विगत इच्छा भय क्रोधा या सदा मुक्त एवसा. शटिंग आउट ऑल थॉट्स ऑफ एक्सटर्नल एंजॉयमेंट विद द गेज. अच्छा जी, ये किसके लिए है? जिसने निष्काम कर्म में एक्सपर्टीज हासिल कर ली है. इसीलिए कई लोग मुश्किल करते हैं कि हम लोग भी यही करेंगे डायरेक्टली. भाई आपने भक्ति योग किया नहीं, निष्काम कर्म योग फिलैंथ्रोपी आपने कुछ की नहीं, तो आप ध्यान करने जाएंगे तो माइंड तो आपका अभी क्लीन नहीं है ना, माइंड प्यूरिफिकेशन नहीं हुआ है. तो ध्यान योग इज फॉर द पीपल हु आर माइंड प्यूरिफाइड. तो ये जो प्रभु कह रहे हैं ना, ये आपने जब चैप्टर 3 और चैप्टर 4 कर लिया है, जब आपने अच्छे से अपने इंद्रियों पर विजय प्राप्त कर ली है, स्थित प्रज्ञ बन चुके हैं, आप निष्काम कर्म करते हैं, सर्विस करते हैं फैमिली में, कम्युनिटी में, आप भक्ति योग करते हैं, तब ना ये कर सकते हैं. नहीं तो ऐसे डायरेक्टली जाइएगा तो माइंड बहुत वेवर करेगा और ध्यान में कोई प्रोग्रेस नहीं होगा. उल्टा फिर आपको पता चला कि गुरुजी ने शक्ति पाठ किया, अब मेरे लेफ्ट हैंड में ट्रेम्बलिंग वो हो रही है, थोड़ी पैरेस्थीजियाज हो रही हैं, डिजीनेस हो जाता है जी. तो अचानक से अगर कुंडली शक्ति को उठाओगे तो यही होना है, ग्रेजुअली उठानी है आपकी शक्ति. Shutting out all thoughts of external enjoyment with the gaze fixed on a space between the eyebrows, equalizing the force of incoming and outgoing breath. What is this? Kumbhak. This is the breath attention he's talking about. Nadi Shodhan. This is the Anulom Vilom. Thus controlling the senses, mind and intellect. आपने क्या सीखा? मन ही मनुष्य नाम कारण बंधम मोक्ष है. मन ही मनुष्य के अमृत बिंदु उपनिषद. मन ही मनुष्य नाम कारण बंधम मोक्ष है, बंधाए विक्षक्तम मुक्तम निर्विषयम स्मृतम. मन ही मनुष्य के कारण बंधन दोनों का स्रोत है. अगर विषयों में आसक्ति है तो वो बंधन में है, और विषयों से अगर मुक्त हो गया है तो लिबरेटेड हो गया है. तो इसीलिए आपको मन को अगर क्लेंस करना है तो एयर की हेल्प लेनी है. एयर जो है वो प्राण कहते हैं. प्राण एवं परम मित्रम, प्राण एवं परम सखा, प्राण बंधु नास्ति नास्ति वरानने. प्राण के समान कोई आपका मित्र, सखा, गर्लफ्रेंड, बॉयफ्रेंड नहीं होती है, क्योंकि प्राण जो है वही आपको प्यूरिफाई करके ऊपर उठती है, ओज तेज बनकर आपको फिर से लिबरेट करती है. तो इन शॉर्ट ये जो टेक्निक है ये एडवांस्ड लोगों के लिए है. ऑफ कोर्स हम लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा ट्राई करना चाहिए ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में, थोड़ी देर आंखें बंद करके ट्राई टू विजुअलाइज योर गॉड एट द ग्लैबेला और द स्पेस बिटवीन द आईब्राउज. He says here to keep the eyes half shut and keep the gaze constantly at the tip of the nose. I have not done that, I'll be honest. I close my eyes totally and I just try to visualize my Ishta Devta, and that is a very safe way to do it, because you're not getting distracted with your eyes half open when you're trying to do it like Shiva, because that's the state of Shiva, with eyes half open. It's very hard to do it when we are not at that state where we are Shiva. So anyways, this is just talking about the heightened state of Dhyan Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, where you are able to hold your breath and visualize your God, Param Brahma, at the glabella or the place where the Agya Chakra is lying, because that is the space of the third eye. So you are visualizing what is not manifest through the third eye. Bhoktaram yaktapsam sarvlokam heshwaram suhridam sarvbhutanam gyatvam shantim richati. Having realized me as the enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities. Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. मैं ही भरता भी हूँ, सपोर्टर भी हूँ और भोक्ता भी हूँ, एंजॉयर भी हूँ और महेश्वरा भी हूँ, कंट्रोलर भी हूँ. Having realized me as the enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities, supreme lord of all worlds and the selfless friend of all living beings, my devotees attain peace, not pleasure. My devotees attain peace. शांति अधिगच्छति, शांति मापनोति. शांति की बात होती है गीता में हर बार, प्लेजर की बात होती नहीं है, क्योंकि पीस इज द प्रिकर्सर टू ब्लिस, नॉट प्लेजर. प्लेजर इज अ प्रिकर्सर टू bandhan, slavery. Then you become a slave to your senses. Addiction. What is addiction? Addiction is a state of learned helplessness where enjoyment has become an obligation. Enjoyment is not a free will anymore. You wanted to be free. इच्छा शक्ति has died. कि चलो जी क्लॉकवर्क 2 घंटे हो गए हैं, आपने अभी खाना नहीं खाया, चलो जल्दी खाओ. तो ये जो टेंडेंसी है कि आपको सेंसेस आपको अपने अंदर नियंत्रण में रखती है. लाइक क्लॉकवर्क, they will tell you every 2 hours what to do. That is the state of addiction. So we have to overcome the addiction gradually by controlling the mind, intellect through all these practices we talked about. So I think this was a good Karma Sannyas Yoga, chapter 5. This brings an end to it. So any questions, friends? We'll take a little break here. Any questions?
Hello. Tapasya Shivani here.
Hi, Shivani ji, go ahead.
भैया आप विद्या और विनय का बात कर रहे थे ना, तो मुझे जो समझ में आया, दे गो हैंड इन हैंड। लेकिन रियल लाइफ में एग्जाम्पल्स देखें तो मोस्टली ऐसा दिखता है कि जैसे जैसे विद्या आती जाती है विनय कम होते जाता है। ऐसे एग्जाम्पल्स बहुत कम दिखते हैं जिनमें विद्या के साथ साथ विनय भी बढ़ता हो। तो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग, ऐसा हो रहा है क्या? या फिर मतलब
आप
दे
जो
डोंट
विद्या की
नो
बात
व्हाट
कर
दे
रही हैं,
आर।
आप जो विद्या की बात कर रही है वो विद्या की यहाँ नहीं बात कर रही है। स्थित प्रज्ञ, जैसे तेंदुलकर इज विद्वान, पर तेंदुलकर इज नॉट अ न्यूरो साइंटिस्ट, इज नॉट अ क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स। विद्या देयर इम्प्लाइज समदृष्टि, the ability to see everybody with a equanimity, not about having some
हाँ,
material science knowledge. Like of
राइट।
course in today's world, if you are a lawyer and a doctor, you are vidwani hai, bahut vidwani hai, but he has the data na, he doesn't have the wisdom. He might have a lot of data, just like a computer mein bahut sara data store hai. Computer is not vidwan, it's not wisdom na. Data is different from wisdom, homo sapiens, that's why uh, so you're right, of course, because that is not the real vidya. And Ramakrishna talks about this vidya and avidya, the sense of you have knowledge when you really don't, and that can happen from, as you said, all these professions where people, corporate world, in my field as doctors, of course, you will feel like, oh ji मैं तो केवल medicine हूँ, that guy is a cardiologist. वो cardiologist है केवल, ये तो electrophysiologist है, he's done another fellowship on top of that, 2 years, so that is creating a wrong mind frame, because comparison kills all the joys in life. You can, if you want to be miserable, do one thing: compare yourself to others. Especially compare yourself to someone who has more money or better looks, anything that is transient, pleasure creating. Yeah, if you want, comparison can also work the other way. If you think about homeless people, you are better off than the homeless people, and then you will try to help them. That is vidya. When, of course, you're right, they cannot be, they're not mutually exclusive. Vidya and Vinay will go hand in hand. And that is how you know an imposter, a hypocrite, from really a realized being. Because a realized being will not have proprietorship. I am enlightened वाली जो बात थी कल हम कर रहे थे रविशंकर वाली, आई कैसे बोलेगा? विनय है तो बोल, और also identification is not there. So that is why they go in hand. So if someone is having discrepancy, you know for sure that they do not have vidya. They are pretending to be vidwan. They are not really vidwan. They are just mortal beings who have memorized some verses of Bhagavad Gita or some other thing and just reciting it. A parrot can do that. It doesn't mean application is what matters. Why do I ask you guys कि चलो हम लोग साथ में पंच प्रत्याहार करते हैं, चलो हम लोग 12 घंटा उपवास करते हैं? ये अप्लाई करना है। आपने केवल बोलने से तो नहीं होता ना, आपने सत्संग में बैठना है, आपने टाइम देना है, आपने उपवास करना है, आपने बच्चे पे गुस्सा नहीं करना। तो आपने अप्लाई करके मुझे नहीं दिया तो फिर आपने विद्या नहीं लिया। एप्लीकेशन इज व्हाट क्रिएट्स द स्टेट ऑफ विद्या, not just knowing of course is important. Swadhyay is that swadhyay. If you want to read the scriptures and know what the other people have experienced and written, you can read my tweets, but if you haven't felt it, because you have not felt it firsthand through application, then it won't mean much to you, it won't help you much actually. So you have to identify with whatever you are reading. If you can identify and apply, like all of you guys spend 2 hours with me right now, you gave that time, not that okay I will do this, I know this is अच्छी चीज है, करना चाहिए आपको, गॉड के बारे में सोचना चाहिए. You took out time from a busy schedule, 16 of you, to spend time here. That itself shows कि आपका इंटेंशन है, संकल्प है तो फिर श्रद्धा आएगी, श्रद्धा होगी तो आत्मज्ञान आएगा, आत्मज्ञान ही विद्या है. तो इसीलिए इंटेंशन, फ्री विल, इंटेंशन, फेथ, then comes the vidya, atmagyan, light, जो बोलना है आपको, enlightenment. So you're right, they go hand in hand. So if someone, you see discrepancy, then you know what's going on there. There is hypocrisy. I mean, yeah, we use the word vidya ki yeah, he is very learned person, but that is bookish knowledge. That is swadhyay. Whatever they read became proficient in that. If they are not having humility, they are not jnani. They might have the bookish knowledge, of course. Sure, good question.
I have a question, Gaurav ji. Shalu here.
Go ahead, Shalu.
So you mentioned that, for an example, Geeta says that stop all attachments, and you gave an example. If you love a deer, you might become a deer in your next birth. So is the message that have zero attachment with anything or anyone? If yeah, and accept God, if that's correct, that's really, really difficult for a normal person like me, because there are hazard things that you love. तुम्हारे बच्चे हैं, or you may have a pet, or maybe you love your TV. I mean, it gives me so much comfort. So थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में बात करेंगे तो
अच्छी बात है। अब पहली बात ये कहना चाहूंगा मैं कि जैसे आप लोग आए, आप लोगों ने टाइम स्पेंड किया यहाँ, तो एक चीज जानिए कि इंटेंशन मैटर्स। आपने उसके बारे में सोचा, दैट इटसेल्फ शोज दैट यू आर विलिंग टू वर्क ऑन डिटैचिंग योरसेल्फ। पहली चीज तो ये पॉजिटिव उसको ले। दूसरी चीज ये देखें कि अगर अगर कोई मैसेज देता है, इसको मैथमेटिकली मैं बोलता हूँ, जो फिजिक्स की भाषा में 2 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशंस, यानी कि इफ समथिंग इज टू फार अवे फ्रॉम व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, देन यू विल नॉट फाइंड एनी वैल्यू बिकॉज इट्स नॉट एप्लीकेबल टू यू, बिकॉज आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे क्या बोलना चाह रहा है आदमी। तो इसीलिए कल हम लोग क्या बोल रहे थे, आई थिंक देयर वाज अ डिस्कशन यस्टरडे अबाउट a layman dying versus a mother dying. Should you not be crying when you see a layman dying in the hospital, in my case, versus if your mother dies, would you not have any emotional attachment? She gave you birth and you died. Well, easy to say again, but that is what Sit Pragya is. When you know that individual is, he came in your life because you had some sanskaras. Maybe you were tied to your kids in a certain way in some relations in the past that needed you to spend more time with them or do something for them that you did not do, or the kids might regret that they did not do. So that's why ये बात जान जाइए कि जो फैमिली में आपके आते हैं ना, वो आपके बहुत क्लोज रह चुके हैं आपके पास्ट लाइफ में। उनका भी रिइंकार्नेशन हुआ है, आपका भी हुआ है। तो दोनों बहुत क्लोज थे और दोनों ने एक दूसरे के प्रति जो भी करना था पूरा नहीं कंप्लीट किया है, इसलिए वापस आ रहे हैं करना है उनको। तो एंड ऑफ द डे आपको पीस क्रिएट करना है। जो भी रिलेशनशिप्स आपके हैं, more than detachment, work on creating harmonious relationships. So don't even think about what not to do. ये जो ब्राह्मण का रूल है ना, कि अगर आप कुछ बोलोगे ना ब्राह्मण को कि भाई मुझे ये नहीं करना है, उससे वो काम नहीं होता। पर आप उसको ये बोलोगे मुझे ये करना है, पॉइंट्स ऑफ एफर्मेशन आर ऑलवेज मोर इफेक्टिव देन पॉइंट्स ऑफ निगेशन। तो ट्राई नॉट टू से कि भगवान मुझे झूठ बोलने की हैबिट छुड़वा दीजिए, नहीं, भगवान मुझे सत्य बोलने की हैबिट लगवा दीजिए। So activities of affirmation, positivity are always more reinforcing in Brahman, because that's how it works. That's the rule of Brahman. So anyways, detachment कम करने की जगह आप कर्म योग जो हमने बोला ना, devotion, try to replace reducing your detachment with the act of devotion. इसको कैसे identify करें? Let me put it in some examples. Some examples are, आप ये मत सोचिए कि I have to reduce my detachment to my son, daughter, husband. आप सोचिए, how can I reduce my expectations from my son, daughter, or husband? Bas. That's it. That itself is sacrifice. You did everything for them. You cooked the food. You gave them good education. You did everything about being a great housewife and mother and everything. Now, just reduce the expectation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not asking you to detach, not cry if the person is getting hurt or doing something. Their failure, you feel your failure because you are part of them, obviously. So we should not try to actively reduce our detachment by saying कि नहीं मैं तुमसे attached नहीं हूँ या मैं ठीक से बात नहीं करूँगी। आप expectation अपना बस reduce कर दीजिए, बाकी सारी चीजें खुद से कम हो जाएंगी। Detachment आपका जो आप बोल रहे हैं वो खुद आ जाएगा। Just lower your expectation from your family members. And keep doing your work, keep sacrificing all the good things you're doing for the family members. You keep doing that, but just reduce the expectation. What will happen in the end? You will not have remorse, regret. Sometimes, if you have expectations, then expectations can be shattered. If you don't have any expectations, how can anyone shatter you? There's nothing they can rob you from. That is the whole point. So I would say, just understand that they are around you because you had strong karma bandhan with them in the past lives, and that's why they are around you. Sadhguru, whether we like it or not, some things I really agree with him strongly. One of the things he says is, my wife was my sister in my last life. Now, how crazy is that to say that? But yeah, I believe I believe that can happen, because it just means a strong relationship. A love is independent of sex. So if you want to love someone, there are multiple ways to love someone: as a daughter, as a sister, as a wife, as a mother. So that's why the gender identity is a role we take. But love is pure. Love is non-conformating to gender. When God loves you, it's not because you're a guy or a girl. The God loves the soul. So soul is above the ego. That's why I said महातत्व में जो पहला एलिमेंट आता है ना, वो आपको डिसाइड कराता है कि आपकी यिंग या यांग जो एनर्जी है, मैस्कुलिन फेमिनिन, वो आपको डिसाइड करा के दे देता है. पर बेसिकली द फैमिली मेंबर्स वी शुड बी वेरी मच, जो मैंने 3 बास्केट्स की बात की है, हार्मलेस, हार्मफुल और यूजफुल, तो उसमें ये आपके यूजफुल है. दे हैव हेल्प्ड यू बिकम समथिंग, दे हैव गिवन यू, ये पंच भौतिक शरीर है उसकी ऑफ कोर्स वो आपको हेल्प करते हैं. व्हेन यू ग्रो ओल्ड द किड्स टेक केयर ऑफ यू, पार्ट ऑफ द, you know, is that an expectation again? It is an expectation. We don't say that, but all of us to some extent would like that. At the same time, we want them to be making good jobs, prosperity, and living well. But you know, that's the way the world works. So yes, I think being a grihast and remaining attached to the kids, you can still find time for God. So instead of thinking about reducing your detachment to God, lower your expectations to your family members, and spend more time in bhakti, in nishkam karma. If you can do that, those things will naturally align, because you are going in karma yoga. And karma yoga jab hoga, to karma tyag hona hi hai. Karma tyag ke baad sannyas hona hi hai.
Got it. Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead, Shweta ji.
Yeah, it's a very basic question. I mean, I don't know if you'll understand it or not. Initially, you talk about multifold buddhi, you know, thinking of only one God and doing your karma. But initially, when I started into bhakti, it was easy. Monday, I prayed Lord Shiva. Tuesday, it's Hanumanji. But as I'm going deeper, whatever I'm hearing from people is just think of one God and do it. So sometimes it becomes difficult. Which God is good? You know, I'm still at a lower level. So that thing comes in my mind. Should I chant Vishnu Sahasranam? Should I chant Hanuman Chalisa? I've been doing it every day, different thing. But now as I'm progressing, it becomes, you know, every time you hear, you have to choose one. So how do we choose that without a guru?
Very good question. So the thing is, you don't choose your Ishta Devta, the Ishta Devta chooses you. What does that mean? It means that you are born with certain proclivities, certain natural tendencies or samskaras, what we call. So similarly, the Ishta Devta also has some samskaras, you know, like Hanumanji, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Krishna. They have certain attributes. The attributes that, because that's the personality manifestation. So it's all in the words, in the language, whether you have one Ishta Devta or more. Just like kids. Can you, if you have 3 kids, can you love one kid more than others? I mean, you guys are women, so you probably would know the answer to that question. I don't know. I don't have any kids, but I guess there can be a little favorite. You love all the kids, but some kid might be less annoying than the others. So, you know, there might be a favorite. It's the same way the Ishta Devta. I have 3 different personalities that I really believe in or see and worship. But I know which one will come and save me when I'm in trouble. That's the kind of relationship you have, just like mom and dad. When if there's a small problem, you know, day-to-day problem, mom will kind of give you 2 rupees, 3 rupees, get this ice cream, whatever you have to do. Big problem comes, daddy comes to help you. Big daddy. But big daddy won't come every day. Zyada kaam hai na, unko time, you know, he has to take care of way more things. So that is the same way, if you want to use that analogy, because 2 of my Ishta Devtas are Hanuman and Shiv. But in a way, Ansh Avatar, Hanuman is an Ansh Avatar of Shiva. So Shiva will, I worship both, but most of the times I'm worshipping Ma, Hanuman. So that's why Hanuman is closer. Shiva, I know he's there always. He's the controller eventually, but very rarely उतने ऊपर जाने की जरूरत पड़ती है. सारा काम यहीं पे हो जाता है. तो उस टाइप से होता है. So that's why I say you don't choose. Don't try to say I prefer this Ishta Devta today or that. You just do your Vishnu Sahasranam, Narayan Suktam, Aditya Hridayam, Hanuman Chalisa. You just do your things. You will naturally feel attracted if you keep playing them every day. Monday you play one, Tuesday you play another one. By Friday you already know that yaar mujhe isme zyada maza aa raha tha. I can feel identifying myself more with this. So eventually you will play both, but more times you'll play Hanuman Chalisa than you'll play Aditya Hridayam or Bhaj Govindam. So that is the point. Eventually your Isht Devta chooses you. So eventually the mother will pick you up. So we don't, that is why don't take action. Believe that everything will happen through divine providence. We do not decide. Who are we to decide? We will be picked up. Our daddy will pick up when our time has come. So that is why Anish Devta is also something very, I mean, you guys are my close friends and like-minded people in the path. So you can discuss with your close companions, but that is not something I would publish on Facebook. Ki, oh, gee, I have chosen Mahesh Devta and everybody is liking, congrats. Like, so these things are very secretive. You should not talk a lot about it in general public also, actually. So Ish Devta is just like your secret lover, secret admirer. So that is why you cannot publish it. Not that anything wrong can come out of it. It's just that out of respect and out of your own, sense of whatever you want to say, there is very much clandestine nature in the relationship, just like a secret lover, if you want to call it that way. But yeah, you can have more than one lover. So similarly, you can have more than one Ish Devta, and it just depends. Sometimes I might still talk or chant Hanuman more than I do Shiva, Mahamrityunjay. But I know end of the day, Ansh Avatar and Hanuman Shiv ke. So they are one and the same. When it's more about service, then it's Hanuman. When it's more about decision day, judgment day, then it's Shiva comes in there. So that is why you don't choose your Ish Devta. Your Ish Devta chooses you.
Thank you.
All right, friends. Any other question? Great.
Bhaiya, I just want to add a little to what you have already said. Probably actually my own experience in case it would be helpful to her. I think who asked? Shalu, I think asked. I don't know. Yeah, with me, it's probably the same situation which she was telling, not having one particular Ishtadevta. I do Hanuman Chalisa, and while during that time, I think of Hanumanji and Bhagwan Ram. And then when I do Aditya Hridayam, I think of God's Son and Bhagwan Ram also. And then I have ISKCON followers, they are my neighbors, ISKCON devotees. So they would have kirtans every now and then. So when I go there, we'll do Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. So at that time, Bhagwan Krishna is there on my mind. I would listen to Madhurashtakam at times. So at that time, I would think of his, pastimes in Vrindavan. So it's probably the same situation with me, but I have now like given up on it कि ठीक है जो आपने बताया ना कि ठीक है इष्ट देवता अपने आप चुन लेंगे आपको. So there is nothing really to be worried about it कि अरे यार I haven't chosen, I don't have one particular इष्ट देवता till now, मुझे तो इतना टाइम हो गया ये सब सुनते हुए and practice करते हुए, and अभी तक कोई एक single one पर I have not zeroed down or I haven't figured out yet. So I think there isn't really nothing to be worried about. It would probably happen by its own, I guess. So not to, please don't be worried about it. That's what I would just like to suggest. There is nothing to be worried about it.
I started in this path thanks to Krishna Das through Hanuman Chalisa. Like it's been almost like 6 years now, I think, more than 6. Okay, 3 years here and 4 there, 7 years now. Okay, so 7 years ago, I think I started dabbling in spirituality and everything, and I still don't remember. Maybe through YouTube, random channels, I saw Hanuman Chalisa. I always read Hanuman Chalisa as a kid, but nothing crazy like what happened in the last 7 years. So that's how it started. Krishna Das Kakri Ghat Hanuman Chalisa. That is my reset even till today. I have 10 different Hanuman Chalisa that I read. Kakri Ghat Hanuman Chalisa, if you 2009, you see Krishna Das, like old video, 2009. That is my reset. Even in Hanuman Chalisa, I have different Hanuman Chalisas. So whenever I know that back to square one, I have not done well over like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I have not done any satsang. I'm getting too much in this material world. Oh, gee, I lost some money in the stock market or something crazy happened. Then you get upset with yourself, you know. Then the reset comes कि बेटा क्या कर रहे हैं आप? अब कर क्या रहे हैं? Then the reset Hanuman Chalisa Kakri Ghat, that gets me going. Then there is of course Matthias Hersi. That when you are getting a little more devoted. Then there's a nighttime meditation Hanuman Chalisa. That is like, you know, like crazy romantic Hanuman Chalisa you love at nighttime. There are different flavors, same God, same Ishdevata, different flavors, different times. So you will, even in the Hanuman Chalisas, like we created an a la carte Hanuman Chalisa there. You will feel different vibes in the different ways he sings. And there are other people who have sung there. Hall, I think what his name was in Colorado, Boulder Hanuman Chalisa, that there is one singer by name Hall, I think Holl, Trevor Hall, yes. So there's different ones, amazing ones. Some women have sung. Lily Cushman has sung a Hanuman Chalisa. So you will see different people with different samskaras singing in their own way, own flavors. You identify with some of them better than others, you know. Sometimes I identify with Bollywood music sometimes. We made that video, Bol Kafara Kya Hoga, Kafara meaning penance. I saw Shiva in that. So I made a video of Shiva because it's all about the bhav you generate in your bhakti. So Ishta Devta, maybe aap jo puja karte ho, if your image is coming strongly to you when you close your eyes, na Hanuman more than Shiva, then yeah, you know that Hanuman is your stronger Ishta Devta for now at least than Shiva is. But again, there can be more than one Ishta Devta. Just like you have two parents, there can be more than one caretakers. Depending on their portfolio, they come, different people come. So eventually तो all the Ishta Devtas will merge in Brahman ना. तो ब्राह्मण का तो स्वरूप कोई होता ही नहीं है. जब ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश आए तो वो तो ब्राह्मण से ही निकला है. तो इसीलिए we are using the manifest to climb eventually to the unmanifest. But because it's easier to identify with the manifest, that's why we take this path. But yeah, you build your own relationships when you are in this path. You are amazed like what relationships you come up with. Like I have certain relationships with my Ishta Devta, like I see them in a certain way. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So you will know. I don't even know if that's the word, the Ishta Devta or whatever the word is there, but you will have your favorites, so to say.
And can it change over time? Because until now, I was very attached to Krishna. All of a sudden, I feel I prefer Shiva and his side of his way of meditating, samadhi and his image. So I feel guilty for leaving Krishna and I keep coming back. So is that true?
Well, you haven't left Krishna. We just read Bhagavad Gita, 2 hours, what Krishna is teaching us. So you have to understand that sometimes, you know, like in a family, mother and father, you might feel more attached to the mom, but father still takes care of you. So that's the relationship. Just because you spend more time with someone doesn't mean the other person stops taking care of you. You are still identifying with Krishna in certain ways that you don't realize. But of course, your intensity of bhav has become stronger for Shiva, because what is Shiva? At the end of the day, Shiva is a raw, untainted emotion. Innocent emotion, raw, very raw. And what does Krishna do? Temper it down. Krishna is like थोड़ा diplomatic हो जाओ, गुस्सा नहीं करो. और शिव को गुस्सा बहुत है. तो आपको जो भी भाव आएगा बहुत, if you want to experience life like unhinged, unfiltered, raw emotions, that's Shiva. That's why people with Shiva mentality will always have a problem with kama. Desire, whether it molds as anger or lust, they will always have a problem. Because that's why Shiva knows his weak spot. When Kama, Lord Kama tries to hit that arrow of desire when he's meditating, he just burns Kama down, because it burns into ashes. Because that is the weakest point, Achilles' heel of any individual, Kam and Krodh. So Shiva personifies that. Anything you do, Shiva does it 10 times better. So Kama, Shiva will do 10 times better. Krodha, of course, ji, Tandav, destruction. So that is why Shiva is very magnetic personality. All my life I have been attracted to Shiva. Hanumanji I took through Krishna, and then later realized that Hanuman is nothing but Ansh avatar of Shiva. So what Hanuman does is he reduces the Kam and Krodh in Shiva, and the rest he takes out. So that's why Hanuman doesn't have any feelings. You cannot hurt Hanuman's feelings. You can chant Hanuman Chalisa while lying down. Try chanting Kal Bhairavi lying down. See what happens in 1 month. You will worry. So there are rules and injunctions based on every god. So they have their own ways. You know what we call karma kand. जैसे आप देखो पढ़ते हो हनुमान चालीसा या नहीं, तो you have to know your ish devta. Slowly you know your ish devta. Actually, that's the beauty. Try finding a new ish devta. Lakshmi ji, I tried that also. Try doing that and do the mantra on YouTube for like 4 or 5 days. You will see you are not attracted to them and they are not attracted to you. है ही नहीं relationship आपका. So nothing wrong. Like Ramakrishna, yesterday we were reading, very good thing he says. He says he was worshipping Kali, and then he says who needs, he says this state all the time about sex and money. Who needs women and gold? Gold implies Lakshmi, prosperity. So he says, I threw away all my gold in the river Ganges and came out. And the next day he knows that he's very poor and he cannot live in the Dakshineshwar temple. He's not able to get the alms and whatever he was financing, whoever was financing for him. So it is very important not to offend any Ish Devta. See the difference. You worship Shiva, that's good, but don't offend any. And that is the same point in religion. There are different paths that we have not explored. Maybe they work for the other people who are doing it. So never condemn Lakshmi or any other god which you are not worshipping. Be neutral towards them. You haven't explored. How do you know it's not working? Maybe it's working for someone else. So the same token here, you should not feel guilty about Krishna because you still respect Krishna's tenets, teachings. Actually, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. I have a hard time identifying with Lord Krishna teachings, but some people, ISKCON, look the craziness that Prabhupada created. The whole world ISKCON is more famous than any of Shiva's sect in the world. So इंटेंसिटी पे है ना यार, भाव अगर उसका स्ट्रांग है तो वो उसको मैनिफेस्ट करवा ले जाएगा. हमारा भाव शिव में स्ट्रांग है तो हम शिव में मैनिफेस्ट करेंगे. भले दुनिया को नहीं मिले, हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता? दुनिया ने नहीं सुनी, हमें हमारे लिए काम कर रहा है. इफ इट्स वर्किंग फॉर मी, आई विल कीप डूइंग इट. आई डोंट नीड एनीबॉडीज एविडेंस, आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, डिबेट्स. Experience beats every evidence argument, na? If you have your personal experience with Shiva and Hanuman, some things that have happened for me, no matter what a third person will tell me about ISKCON or any other group, with due respect, I cannot relate with that. I haven't identified with that. So that is why you should try all these and then pick the one that is you suddenly find attracted to them. It's just like you are seeing you're dating different people until you find your husband or wife kind of situation. For most folks in the West, you find someone you click with eventually. So that's the same way your sanskaras click with the sanskaras of that Ish Devta, and then you will need Kid Brahmari is the concept that says that you will start becoming, acting like your Ish Devta. You'll start having their qualities. If you are like Shiva, you'll start acting like Shiva. You will not knowingly, not unknowingly, unconsciously to start happening. There's a good story we'll talk someday in Aghora, Left Hand of God, how a disciple starts looking like his dead guru. And Robert Sodha comes and says, who is this person who's dead? Is it the same guy? He says, no, this was his guru. But he has started looking like him. He has worshipped his guru so much that his facial features have changed. He starts looking like his guru. People who are too much in love with each other, husband and wife, over many years, they start looking like each other. That is the bhav, power of bhav. So love manifests in different ways. Same way, Ish Devtas also manifest. Just that the only thing to remember there is don't condescend anyone. If you started someone, you have neutral feelings or little positive feelings. Even if you have extreme positive feelings for Shiva or any other deity. But remember to not Tetis Kavit Devadi Devta. You don't want anybody to in your bad books. You want them to be neutral is fine. Bad books mein hona chahiye. You don't want same like grahas. You don't want the grahas to fight amongst each other. You want it to be harmonious. You know, that kind of concept. All right, friends. So I think this was a good session. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Guru Granth Sahib and then Sukhmani Sahib. And then just recently, I'm attracted to Hanumanji. So it's not that I did not give up my Sukhmani Sahib,
Very nice.
but I am getting more interest in Sukhmani Sahib, but I am spending more time in Hanumanji. So I don't want her to feel guilty that, oh, she was serving some god once and now she's switched, because it happens when you're like you said that when your time comes, your Ishta Devta will find you. So I am more happy since last year than the whole life. So don't be guilty. That's all I want to say.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect.